Yo, what's good, y'all? What's going on, man? How everybody doing, man? Hope everybody having a great day, man. Staying their ass out the way. First of all, man, I hope y'all staying out the way. It's the only way to be, man. But first, let me thank everybody, man, for watching my last video, man. Appreciate everybody who actually liked, shared, and subscribed, man. We still on the road to 100 subscribers. I still need y'all help. I still need y'all to keep rolling with me. So that's what we doing. I'm gonna make sure the content will be good for y'all can be on the edge of y'all seat, man. I'm gonna keep the juicy stories coming, man. But thank everybody for like, sharing, and subscribing, man. Let's keep it going, man. Whoever you share the video to, make sure you tell them if you like what bro's saying. Subscribe to his channel, rock with him, give bro a shot, man. That's all I ask from y'all, man. But we staying out the way of what? What's the word, man? I need to know for real, what's going on? Is y'all staying out the way? I'm telling you, man. That's the best way to live, man. Staying y'all ass out the way, man. You have to, man. Like, you don't definitely want to, you know what I mean, risk your freedom and going into that place that I'm talking about on all these stories, man. This shit ain't, it's not worth it, man. Prison is in the way. So if you know anything, if you got a little bit of sense, man, stay out the way, man. Regular dudes is a new wave. I'm telling y'all, man, y'all, that shit about to be extinct in a minute, man. You know what I mean? So just best bet is just start practicing staying out the way now, man. But with that being said, man, let's get to the story, man. You can't really trust nobody in prison, man. I'm telling y'all. And this story right here I'm about to tell y'all, man, is about my roommate, man. My roommate was a dude named AJ, and he was from Norfolk. And for what he did, man, I think he did some old snake shit, man. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. Like, I took it real personal what he did. When I tell y'all this story, y'all gonna have to bear with me for a second because it's probably gonna be two parts to this story. You know what I mean? But when we get to the second part of the story, y'all can put in y'all comments if y'all really thought this was some snake shit or not. Maybe I was looking into it too deep. But at the time when it happened, I thought he double crossed me. I thought he snaked me. I thought it was grimy, whatever you can call it, man. But let's get into it. I had a roommate named AJ, probably like in 2005 and 6, maybe 6 and 7, around that time. Around those 3 years, that's when me and him was roommates. But AJ was the type of dude, man. He kind of came to Sussex after I came to Sussex, and I was already up there probably for like a year or so when he got up there. But when he got up there, he came from receiving, and they actually put him in my block. So when he moved in my block, I kind of saw that dude was from Norfolk. You know, I saw he was a Norfolk dude. And I actually went to high school with this dude, but we never really talked. We seen each other. We knew the same people. So when he came in, he was cool with another dude that I was cool with from Norfolk. And that's how me and him kind of started talking, period. But what I did notice was he was the type of dude that he didn't give a shit if you was from Norfolk. Which, that was no problem with me, because at the end of the day, I learned that at the end of my bed, kind of like, that shit don't mean nothing for real, for real. At the end of the day, you gonna have your comrades, you gonna have your dudes that you roll with, your homies from the town, whatever town you from. But those be the ones, I'm telling you, that'll end up biting you at the end of the day. So I kind of respected how he was moving. Like, when he got up there, I have to say that bro was kind of like a flamboyant type of guy. He was really flamboyant. Like, when I say flamboyant, I mean, when he got up there, he had the golds, he had the chain, he had the watch. You know what I mean? Then his first weekend on Sussex, he went to his visit and came back with the white and sky blue Bo Jacksons. Bro was crazy flamboyant. Like, you know what I mean? He was one of those dudes, man. I tell y'all to be down on those female COs. So, like, you know, his appearance had to be crazy. And that's used to be what he used to push. You know what I mean? He had the golds, the chain. Like, he was locked up, but still, though, like, he had a lot of attire to, you know what I mean, to choose from. But, you know, bro was flamboyant, man. And not only did he go to the V room and get the sneakers, man, he actually was going to the V room to get the drugs as well. Now, he won't get in nothing too crazy. He used to get some weed. And around this time, weed wasn't crazy yet, y'all. This was before weed was everywhere. You know what I mean? When he got up there, he used to go to the V room, get a little something. He used to be selling it. So, like I told y'all, he didn't really rock with a lot of dudes from Norfolk. So it was a lot of older dudes in there from Norfolk, and there was a lot of dudes that were already been down. So, like, it's politics in jail, y'all. Like, you can't really get the pack and think you're not going to look out for nobody in your town, no matter what town you from or whoever's getting the pack. Like, they're going to feel some type of way. I'm telling you, me personally, I didn't feel no type of way that when he get his pack, you got to pay. And I ain't mind paying. The dudes in there, a lot of dudes, they be feeling like they entitled to shit. But at the end of the day, if you wanted to kind of like move without any interruptions of you getting your money, you got to kind of deal with the bullshit politics. So not looking out for people in your town is a bad thing. So that was mistake number one that I used to see him do. You know what I mean? He used to move around super duper arrogant. I told y'all with the flamboyant stuff mixed in with the arrogant stuff, that kind of didn't mesh. You got to kind of be able to back that up when you're doing that type of stuff. So That's what he used to do. Now, when I say back it up, I ain't gonna say bro was a fighter. He wasn't really a fighter, go hard type of dude from the town that was locked up. You know what I mean? He was a smooth dude. You know what I mean? Now, he would fight. He would definitely fight, but he wasn't a fighter. So, you know, he's running around. He's getting the pack. He's doing what he's doing. He's pissing more dudes off by the day about how he moved. He was in the AJ was roommates with a dude from Northern Virginia that actually was down for a little bit. He knew a little bit about prison, so he had everything already. Like when AJ moved in the cell with him, he kind of struck because he moved in the cell with somebody that had everything already because he'd been down for a minute. You know what I mean? And I guess he was giving them like the rules of how you move in prison. And AJ was listening. AJ was doing him. So a little while after, AJ ended up going to the hole. So he went to the hole, and when he went to the hole, we weren't in the building no more. But I still kept in the back of my mind. I seen how bro was a hustler. Like we used to kick it sometimes. He used to come through and blow at me sometimes, but we never really was like tight in the beginning. You know what I mean? So, but I kept a mental note that bro was about that paper, and that's what I wanted. You know what I mean? I kind of wanted to do that, but you know, it was early in the bid. So AJ go to the hole. So when he go to the hole, he ended up being in another building. So he did something, whatever building he was at, to some dudes from Newport News. Now, I told y'all how he move around, super arrogant, super flashy. Like, you got to back that shit up, man. There's wolves up there, I'm telling you. Like, and if they find out that nobody's really dealing with you from your city, like, you're going to be fooled. That's what they're going to do. Like, dudes jump on it. They praying on the week in prison is, like, the easiest thing to do. Like, they going to get you. Like, that's what it is. So, AJ did something to piss off them dudes from Newport News. Now, pissing off Newport News wasn't a good move around this time, around 2003, 2004, because I ain't even gonna lie, Newport News had that shit on smash for a second. Now, it was go hard dudes everywhere, but Newport News was actually a little bit more organized than any city. And I'll say that because they all was like together and they listened to one person, and that shit was working. It was getting money and it was good. So the main dude is the one that AJ pissed off. Now, pissing him off wasn't a good thing because I heard he was about that work. So when it was going on, we was catching the word that they was saying they was going to get at AJ. So around this time now the St. Bride dudes are rolling in, and the St. Bride's dudes, it's a lot of them from Norfolk. So they don't know what's going on. They just hearing about us, a dude from Norfolk that people talking about getting at. So the people that I was with, they didn't give a shit about AJ. And me and him wasn't at the point where I'm definitely jumping out there. You know what I mean? Like, me and him wasn't at that point. Like, I don't give a fuck where you from. I wasn't risking my life for him. You know what I mean? Who knows if he'll do it for me? So, like, when it was the rumors, you know what I mean? He was basically on his own. You know what I mean? He knew it. He was able to take that responsibility. Like, he knew he was on, you know, he was on his own because of how he used to carry it. So, with the Newport News dudes down on him, man, somehow that shit got swept under the rug. But that day, I remember that day, we was on 1 yard and AJ was on a ball field, and he didn't even know that the dudes from Newport News, they had so much power and clout up there. The police used to let them on any yard they want to. They could be on this yard and they see their homeboys do to let them off and open the other, which he don't supposed to do. But they had so much juice and power up there. That's why I told y'all beefing with them dudes, being by yourself wasn't the right thing. You know what I mean? So AJ, you know what I mean? He was unaware of the whole situation. Them dudes was on the yard, but somehow somebody talked to the main dude, and the main dude let it go right when they was about to attack his ass. You know what I mean? He didn't even know they was on the yard to get his ass that day. So time passed. AJ kept going to the hole. You know what I mean? He was one of them dudes that sometimes he go to the hole for dumb shit. Like I told you, he be down on those women. He be doing his thing, flashy. You know what I mean? He might get into it with the COs. It'd be a lot of shit he might go to the hole for. You know what I mean? So he just kept going to the hole, going to the hole, going to the hole, going to the hole, going to the hole. So around this time, I actually went to the hole. And I was in 4 building with him. So when I got out the hole, I went to 4 building where he was at. Now, where we at now, this is the part I was telling y'all about where both of my homeboys had 2 COs. Now, AJ so happened to be one of the dudes. I'm going to say him. Like, he was, like, in the story I said about the COs, I didn't say his name, but this story, he was one of the dudes that had a CO. His roommate had a CO as well, but I told y'all his roommate was about to get transferred. Now, around this time, AJ, his CO is actually bringing the packaging, but he's cool around this time now, selling and doing what he want to do because his roommate is his man, which is a dude from Norfolk that go dumb hard. And because he was there, that kind of was like the only backup that he needed because nobody was fucking with the dude, you know what I mean, that I'm talking about. So he was all right around this time. But I told y'all, his celly was the dude that made the CO quit for he can go to another compound and she can see him. So he was on his way out. So when he left, things kind of fell down for AJ, man. And AJ kind of was on his own. And what happened when he was on his own? Some dudes tried him, you know what I mean, when nobody was around. But at the same time, like, dudes didn't really give a shit because how he carried. So dudes ended up catching him, you know what I mean? Some shit went down, and he went to the hole again. He got into it with dudes from Richmond this time, you know what I mean? So now it's a big thing about the dudes from Richmond. But from the grace of God, that shit got swept under the rug. You know what I mean? I think he had to rumble one dude, and that was it. But he ended up going to the hole from that. So the pod that we was in, that both of them are gone now, you know what I mean? We're still in the 4 building. They end up coming with some old bullshit, y'all. They said something about they moving our pod because they about to paint the shower. I forgot why they said it was something crazy. They had to do something. The toilets was messed up. It was something crazy they were saying why they was gonna have to move us. But we didn't know. We was like, what the hell? They was talking about moving us to 3 building. Now I told y'all it's 4 buildings on the compound. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 4 pods population. 2, 1 building, this is 4 pods population. 2 building is 4 pods population. 4 building is 4 pods population. 3 building is the whole. But they have 3 pods population. They kept a pod open because they always said they was trying to transition a pod over. So I don't know how the hell they picked my pod to do this shit. So they moving us to the 3 building. So nobody really wanted to go because that shit it was nobody. You had no neighbors of nobody. All you had was your pod and everybody else that was in the hole, and you don't see them. So that shit was like being on an island. So we weren't feeling that shit, man. But they made us move. So we moved to 3 building, man. So we was in 3 building, but once we got in there and got situated, we kind of seemed like it had good perks because you can actually move around and do stuff in the hole. Now, if you're getting a little money, it's a lot of dudes in the hole that are not coming out. A lot of those dudes spend good money that be in the hole. So like that was like a different little hustle in there or doing different things. So that was a good perk of it. And you can actually see your homeboys that's in the hole. You can take them stuff. You just had access to different things, and that kind of made it better. And it won't like we was one of those pods that was on fire. We had a good sergeant, good unit manager, because it was only one pod he had to deal with. So it was like they didn't really give a fuck what we did. You know what I mean? And there was some cool dudes in that pod too, because it was basically the same pod from 4 building. So boom. AJ is in the hole. I have a job cleaning the shower, so I'm moving around all through the building at night. So I used to go back there in the hole and holler at bro. You know what I mean? Now I done went back there and hollered at him, took him some shit. We done kicked it. You know what I mean? We kicking it through the door. He's in the hole, but I can go to his door and open his chuck hole. You know what I mean? You can open your, like chuck holes, they usually open with a key, but you can just use your ID, boom, and hit the latch, and the latch will fall down. And that's how dudes give people shit in the hole. You don't supposed to get caught doing it, but like I told you, they didn't really care what we did. So I used to go back there and holler at them and kick it with them all the time. Like, you know what I mean? We just always kick it. So I used to tell them, like, bro, you need to come out and get with me, bro. Like, you need to get over here with us, bro. Like, it's me. I was already over there with my homeboy, Hot Rod. Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace to Hot Rod, man. Hot Rod came home and passed away, man. Rest in peace to my boy, man. But I was in a pod with him and Lil Rick. Him and Lil Rick, Hot Rod and Lil Rick were friends from the street, and they were roommates. I was in the cell with a young boy from Lake Air, was named L.E. So I was telling AJ he need to get with us. Now, nobody can know when you're getting out the hole where you're gonna go. You can't pick where you want to go. It just so happened he had good luck when they was letting people out the hole one night. We seen people go downstairs like they was going to another building, and then we seen a couple more dudes coming in our pod. AJ was one of the dudes. So when he got in our pod, I boom off the rip. I'm like, yo, bro, look. When my roommate leave, bro, you can come in there with me. He was like, bet. He was with it. You know what I mean? So now, me and him kind of gaining a real bond, like through the time we're not even in the cell together. So by the time my roommate went home and he actually moved in the cell, we got a tight little bond. So now that we finally together. Now it's time to finally put our brains together to see what we can cook up. Because now we trying to make something shake. This is what it's about. I already know bro is on that type of time. Down through the years now of him going to the hole, I done touched a little bit. I done my thing now. Now I done got experience in what you're supposed to do, how you do the ins and outs of getting the package. I done, you know what I mean, kind of try my hardest to master it. So I just needed, you know what I mean, somebody else that was on the same page. I'm not saying that Lil Rick and Hot Rod were on the same page, but I just needed another brain for we can try to, you know what I mean? Because once one person can make it shake, it can work for all of us. So me and AJ got to sit and put our heads together. Now, everything you do when you're trying to get something in, we was doing it then from the wall phone. You know what I mean? Like we was just calling, getting 3 ways. We was just trying to make it shake as much as we could. But I ended up getting in contact with this with an old friend of mine that I grew up with. And when I got in contact with her, you know, me and her was like friends. So when I got in contact with her, I told her, hook me up with somebody. Damn, lonely as a bitch. Hook me up. I need somebody. Hook me up with somebody. You know what I mean? She was like, got you. Boom. She ended up hooking me up with this white lady, y'all. You know what I mean? White lady was a little older than me, but she told me the white lady liked black dudes. Her baby father was black. So it kind of worked. She hooked me up. We talked on the phone a few times. You know what I mean? She just put a little money on the phone. We used to kick it. You know what I mean? But it turned out to be that she was a little rider because she jive follow instructions. You know what I mean? Like when you find somebody that follow instructions while you in jail, like it's kind of like hitting the lottery slightly. So boom, I found one. You know what I mean? So I'm making it shake from letters, writing letters, and talking on the phone here and there. And you know what I mean? Me and AJ finally put our heads together and cooked something up. Through the period of all this, I ended up bumping into an old friend that I was in two building with. One day I was in a visiting room. And when I was in the visiting room with him, he was telling me like, oh, we need to try to make something shake. I'm like, oh, look, let's do it. So wind the tape a little bit. While I'm in 3D, I'm going on a 6-month lose my visits. So I probably got like 3 months left off losing my visits. Then I can get contact visits. So when I seen my man, he was telling me that he works the support building. The support building is the visiting room, the medical, the property, like all that shit is the one long building. You know what I mean? It's right across from the yard. The boulevard is right there. Like that's the whole like where they go home from and all that shit. So boom, he was like, he working there. So I didn't know dudes can work in there. So he was like, he working there. He was like, he cleans up everything in there. So he was like, boom, I seen you in a non-contact visit. You know what I mean? So he was like, when I seen you in a non-contact visit, he was like, look, this is what I can do. He said, it's so sweet. He said, I can put tape on all the booths that people visitors come, which is the other side of the glass that we never see. He was like, he can put tape on the bottom of all the booths. So no matter what visit my peoples come to, they can just put it there. So boom, that was an easy play. Now, the girl that hooked me up with the white girl actually didn't bring it in. The girl that actually hooked me up was the one that was bringing it in. So the white girl was the ride. The white girl used to make sure everything rides go smooth and she gonna get up there, you know what I mean? Everything will be straight. So we ran that play. And it worked, y'all. She came to see me. She taped it under the jump. What he do, he come back later on that night and clean up. And he get it. He took all the tape away. He cleaned up his mess. You know what I mean? The only way I can get it is the next morning. Only thing he wanted was a quarter of every ounce. So if it's 2 ounces, he want to have. That's all he used to know. We was getting weed. We never told him we was getting nothing else. But I'm getting something. My roommate AJ getting something, and Hot Rod and Lil Rick getting something. So it used to be a whole Easter basket of all type of stuff in there. You know what I mean? But we just give him a half an ounce. That's all he wanted, man. So boom, we ran that play for like 3 times. 3 times play ran smooth. Everything. We getting money, y'all. We in there. We got the pod. You know what I mean? Like, we ain't on no, like, running the pod, but we got to work. We got to work. When you got to work, you got the pod. So we got the pod. You know what I mean? Everybody got to buy for us. We scrapped it there. We got cigarettes, blacks, food. Like, we living good. You know what I mean? We living penitentiary good. So that play ran dead because I actually got my contact visits back. So now we like, damn, we got my contact visits back. So now we were trying to figure out another way. Come to find out, my homeboy, he actually knew the cameraman. They all was in the same building. So the cameraman, they all do the same job. So the cameraman dude, he said he can holler at him. And all my people's got to do is just come in the bathroom and put the junk under the sink. You know what I mean? It was like a spot under the sink. He was like, you could put the junk under the sink and then they'll come back and get it. You know what I mean? Same way just like it was in a non-contact jump. So I'm like, bet. So we run that play. Y'all. Play ran smooth. Play ran smooth, man. I was like, damn, yes. You know what I mean? It ain't nothing like when you in there and you touching consistently. You know what I mean? When I say consistently, like it don't gotta be an every week basis. You kind of want to throw them off twice a month. You might go the first week, then the last week, or you might go back-to-back weeks on the last month or the first 2 weeks of the month. Like just that, it's just showing consistency of you getting that pack. And then the money up there used to be so good. I'm telling y'all, like Sussex had so much money up there. So we ran that play, man, for a while. You know what I mean? We ran that play for a little second. Me and AJ through this time, like me and bro getting dumb tight. Like we in there, like all me and bro used to do is just kick it all day, play dominoes, listen to music and just chill. That's all we used to do, get high, smoke, and relax. That's all we used to do, man. Smoke blacks all day and relax, man. You know what I mean? Like me and bro, we was good, man. We was war stories all night, kicking it. We know some of the same people, like listening to his stories. He listening to mine. Like we was just cool as a bitch. That was my dog. I ain't even gonna lie. I used to rock with bro. That's why what I'm gonna tell y'all at the end, what he did, that shit hurt because I wasn't expecting it. But back to the story, man. Like we ran that play for a while, man. But it ended up, you know, that play came to an end when the last time we did it, I went to the visiting room, right? So I'm in the visiting room. This is around the time where you get 2 visits a month. I mean, 2 visits a week. You can go Saturday and Sunday. You know what I mean? No matter what day you can go. It might don't be long, but you can get in there both days. So I went over there on a Saturday. So when I went over there on a Saturday, my people's got the pack. She ready to take it to the spot like we've been doing. So while I'm in there, the little short cameraman dude that I'm telling y'all about, He walked up on me and was like, yo, look, this ain't a good time to do it. That lady that's working, she down on me. I don't trust her, all this shit. So I'm looking at him like, what? Because really, me and him never really talked. All he used to do was just get it, give it to my man, and my man to give it to me. So I'm like, what you talking about, bro? He was like, man, don't do it. I'm telling you. I'm like, so now I'm really like kind of like nervous, like, man, I'm gonna make sure she get out of here straight. He's scaring me. So I'm mad though. So when I come out to visit, people be on the yard. Like outside records still be out there if you come out at a certain time. So I come out and I see my man. So when I see my man, I'm like, yo, look, your homeboy in there talking about don't put the pack in there because of the police and this and that. He like, what? I'm like, man, she had to take the pack home. Nobody takes the pack back home, bro. Who does that? You know what I mean? I'm mad as hell. So he like, man, look, just do that shit tomorrow, man. He was like, look, my roommate worked in the support building too, but he the one work at night. He was like, see, dude is the one that work at night. That's why I had to get it from him. He said, when you go to the non-contact, I used to be able to do it because it's daytime. So he was like, I'm going to holler at my roommate and just tell him. He was like, just go tomorrow. Just do it. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? But as y'all can see now, it's like a lot of people knowing about this now. The cameraman dude know, now my man know, and his roommate know. Now rewinding the tape, what I didn't tell y'all is that my man used to get high. Well, not used to get high. He get high. He was from Portsmouth. He sniffed the dope. I ain't even gonna lie. A lot of dudes from Portsmouth used to sniff the dope. A lot of dudes from Norfolk used to sniff the dope. A lot of the older dudes, period, that was like older than my generation, used to sniff the dope. I never sniffed no dope. I was strictly weed, but a lot of dudes did. But the main people on the prison that really sniffed the dope was people from Richmond. Now, my man roommate was from Richmond, and the cameraman dude was from Richmond. Now I'm dealing with Richmond that sniffed the dope and Portsmouth that sniffed the dope. No offense against no town, but that's just what it was. Like, I'm like, damn. So like all this is running through my head now, and then let's me now and then like open up another basket to his roommate. But I'm not thinking nothing crazy. I'm not thinking nothing's gonna happen. So boom, I go back over there the next day. You know what I mean? I make the play. Boom. So that night we go to dinner because I'm not gonna get the pack till the morning. So as we go to dinner, I see the little cameraman dude. He's walking like timed it perfectly. My pod coming out his building about to go to work. So when he see me, he was like, look, he was like, I was gonna get it. He was like, I was gonna get it, man, but somebody like they opened it or something. I'm like, what? Opened it? So I ain't paying no mind, and I ain't even want to tell the guys. I ain't joking with y'all. I ain't want to piss them off because I'm like, yo, if something happened in this pack, like it's over with for us. We going probably the red onion. Like we going down for this if someone take this pack. You know what I mean? So boom, the morning come, I'm on edge. You know what I mean? The routine used to be this. I get up in the morning for breakfast. When I go to breakfast, I used to meet my man. My man to hand me he'll be coming, the same routine, like how the dude time me, he'll catch me, give me the pack. I wouldn't go in the child hall. I just hit a U-turn and go back to the pod. You know what I mean? I go back to the pod, I go back in the cell. Boom. So this time it was the same routine. When he gave it to me, he was like, hey, look, man, don't be mad. He was like, but when we got the junk was open, man. We think the little dude. I'm like, what? What do you mean it's open, bro? Like, I was like, the little dude told me, I was like, yo, somebody lying because he trying to cover his tracks. Now, y'all, I'm like, yo, for real, it was hurting me because it was my man. Dude was my man. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of had love for this dude. Me and him was bitten since we got the Sussex. Like, I met him early in the Sussex. So I'm like, damn, man, like, I couldn't believe it, man. So I grabbed a pack, boom. So he give me the junk. I go back to the pod, go back to the cell. I put it on the table. I look at it. The weed is there. Selly weed is there. And there's some powder and there's some dope. So as I look at the dope, you can tell that somebody opened it. You know, it was in a decent ball of plastic, and you could tell someone opened it. And when they was trying to close it, they couldn't do it right. It was residue still on the knot. Same thing for the powder. So the powder and the dope is hot rod and low rigs. So I'm like, damn, you know, it's good money with that dope and powder though. Like, it's great money with that shit. Like, that shit is great money. So, like, you know what I mean? Hot rod and low rig was trying to get the good money. Like, you know what I mean? You know, I want money and I want to smoke. So I was getting the weed. So, you know what I mean? That was they jump. So back to the story, y'all. Like, I was a little like, man, I couldn't believe that dudes actually pinched the package. They pinched the package. I couldn't believe it. So when they pinched the package, goddamn, Hot Rod come back from breakfast. So as soon as they come back from breakfast, I call Hot Rod up there. Hot Rod come look in the door. I was like, yo, look at this shit. He was like, it was open. I was like, yeah, I was like, man, fuck that. We going to one building, man. He mad as a bitch. So I was like, hold on, calm down. So when the doors open, they come back. I'm like, look, he coming to jump. I'm like, look what they did. He grabbed the jump. He was like, man, they look like they took something out of this shit. I was like, how much you think? He was like, man, not a lot, but so they grabbed the powder, same thing. Like somebody just pinched it on some petty shit. You know what I mean? So I'm like, what the fuck? I couldn't believe it, man. You know what I mean? Boom. Fuck that. We going to one building. We shoot the one building. We went to breakfast first, so we was able to sneak out the pod. By the pod next door to us was going to child. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, it won't no pod next door to us going to child. When we snuck out the pod, we just dipped out because I forgot we in 3 building. You know what I mean? Like the lady, that shit was our building, like for real. They was super cool with us in that bitch. We told her we got to go back to child hall. She opened the door. I mean, they was still coming back. But we just dipped. We shoot the one building. We go down there. We don't supposed to be down there. We're 229 and y'all. We get down there. We can't get in the building. So on that whole walk back, now we was able to get our minds together and really talk about what's going on. Like, yo, this shit is nuts. I can't believe these petty ass niggas did that shit. So for real, Hot Rod wanted blood. I ain't gonna lie, Hot Rod was a psycho. Like, he wanted blood. He wanted to get them niggas, man. And you know what I mean? Like, it boiled down to like, it was too many people that knew about it. So I was like, yo, look, I'm gonna take the blame for this, man. I'll take the loss. Whatever you lost, man, I'll just give y'all niggas that shit, man. I was like, because at the end of the day, I told the cameraman nigga don't get it when he usually get it. But my man said he's gonna let his roommate get it. So I was like, all 3 of them niggas do dope. So I was like, it ain't no telling, like, for real. And for real, I couldn't really believe my man did me like that. So I was like, man, like, for real, we got 2 options, man. We went back to the pod. We talked about it, man. Like, once everybody got calm. But at first, we was in murder, death, kill. We was in murder, death, kill, y'all. Like, the shit was goddamn about to get crazy, like, because you don't tamper with nobody pack. So we went back and talked about it, man. So everybody just came to the agreement, like, yo, look, we gonna let that shit go, man. We gonna let that shit go and just keep getting money, man. Like, they didn't take the pack. They pinched the pack. So that was what AJ was preaching the whole time. AJ really didn't want to go, kill nobody. And I really didn't want to either. Like, I want to keep getting money. I ain't trying to stab nobody and can't get no money no more. Like, for real. But when you hustling in there, like, some shit is always some shit that's going to go wrong. So it just depends how you handle it. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you can't give a fuck about what people think about you. You just got to keep moving, doing what you're doing, man. So boom, we just decided to keep moving. You know what I mean? We kept moving, man. You know what I mean? But we was like, man, we done with that nigga. Like, we done with them. I couldn't believe my man did me like that. I couldn't believe that, like, for real, he let that shit happen. Fuck y'all. I just left him. We good. We straight. Y'all can fuck that play, man. We done with that play. You know what I mean? We left him alone. So when we left him alone, man, now we was back in no route status, man. But being the dudes that we are, like, that shit come to us sometimes. Sometimes routes, I used to say routes come to me. Routes always come to me. Like, through my whole bid, I had routes that's come to me. That's why I told you I always play behind the scenes when the dudes get the COs, the female COs. Like, I'm the dude behind the scenes. Like, routes used to come to me. So we trying to figure out what's next, man. So while we in the pod, like, you know, we straight, we living good. We still got bread. You know what I mean? We can buy what we want. You know what I mean? But, you know, we want our own situation. So a couple days later, man, they moved 2 dudes in the pod, man. They was already locked up for a minute, but their names was Lil Rick and Jay-Z. Lil Rick and Jay-Z, man, from Newport News, man. They both was bald-headed. Don't ask me why I do. They was Jay-Z, but that was my man. You know what I mean? I thought his name was Jay-Z because he had all the Jay-Z CDs, but he was cool as a bitch. You know what I mean? They moved in the pod. First, Hot Rod and AJ, they start fucking with him. They got cool with him. The next thing you know, all us was cool. So it was kind of like us 6, like rocking kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, not on no geographical shit, but it was like they used to rock with us and they was from Newport News and you really didn't see that up there like that. But they was different Newport News type of dudes. Newport News definitely deal with Newport News, you know what I mean? But they used to rock with us. Like I told you, they was already down for a minute. So they ain't know a lot of those new dudes that was coming in the system. So they was cool niggas, you know what I mean? So one day we was in the pod and it was breakfast time and I didn't go to breakfast. So when I woke up, I see Jay-Z standing at my door. So when I see him standing at my door, he slid something under the door. So when I looked and opened it, I got up out of bed. I grabbed the junk, opened it. It was probably about a gram of weed, big head, and some paper. So, you know what I mean? I'm like, damn, what's up? What's he get? He was like, yo, y'all good. You know what I mean? He was like, you know, we don't smoke. Jay-Z and Lil Rick didn't do no drugs. They didn't smoke, drink, cigarettes, none of that shit. They didn't do nothing. All they want to do was get money. You know what I mean? And I ain't gonna lie, both of them niggas was masterminds. And masterminds always come together. So I guess that's why they took a liking for us. You know what I mean? So, boom. They was like, yo, you know what I mean? Y'all good. He's like, I'm gonna go throw Hot Rod them the same thing. So he threw Hot Rod them the same thing. So when AJ woke up, I'm like, yo, look. So I show AJ, he like, give you that. I'm like, the nigga Lil, I'm on the nigga Jay-Z. He was like, man, what the fuck? How they get that in? I'm like, yo, he was like, man, we gotta see if we can get in the car. I was like, damn right, you know, I'm gonna push. So we caught him. When we came out, we was like, yo, bro, like, what's good? He was like, yeah, man. He was like, yo, look. The dude that worked on the night shift, he was like, I got him. You know what I mean? He was like, I got him, bro. You know what I mean? So when they came in, he got a job immediately because where we was at, they'll give anybody jobs because I told you it's the whole. Like, so he started working at night. You know what I mean? On different nights, I wasn't working. So he ended up getting the CO dude. I never knew the CO dude was on this type of time, but they brought masterminds. AJ and Lil Rick, Lil Rick and Jay-Z were masterminds. So they ended up getting the CO dude. So it was like, look, y'all can get in the car. Y'all just got to make sure y'all get it to Newport News. I was like, what can we get? They was like, get what you want. I'm like, what? Like, damn, right. I was like, it's crazy. It's on. It's on. So I go back tell AJ, you know what I mean? We holler at Hot Rod and Lil Rick. Boom. Everybody do their rounds. We on a little time limit. You know what I mean? We get in. We make it shake. You know what I mean? Me and AJ get 2.5 ounces. We get 2.5 ounces. All they wanted was the half an ounce. They ain't even really charge us. You know what I mean? The second time we got in with them, all they wanted us to do was just pay dude that bring it in, which was $500. So we went half, me and Hot Rod and Lil Rick went half 250, paid that, got our shit in. So everything is going smooth. So out of nowhere, you know what I mean? Wow, everybody is living good between us six. You know what I mean? We starting to notice like, kind of like, you know, Jay-Z will come out. He'll be playing dominoes with us. He'll be kicking it. And then we started to notice that, you know what I mean? Lil Rick will come out. He'll be playing dominoes. But whoever's not in the cell, whoever's in the cell, when they rotating, they got the cut up. So I never paid it no mind because I told you I never met, around this time, I still haven't met nobody that was on substance that had a cell phone. Like, you can't really tell nobody who had a cell phone. Like, I just wasn't even thinking about a cell phone, to be honest with you. All this little bread I'm supposed to be getting, and I still haven't thought about a cell phone. I haven't seen a cell phone since I left the street. So the nigga, I see how they keep rotating, right? It just, you know what I mean? Like, they movements change a little bit. The only reason why we know this is because we rock with them. So with the movements changing, we like, damn, what the hell going on? Like, you know what I mean? I was like, yo, what the hell y'all got going on? They was like, nigga just start smiling and shit. He was like, what, bro? He like, man, look, like, we fuck with y'all, man. So we gonna tell y'all, man. But this got to stay between us. Like, you can't tell no your homies in the other building, nobody. Like, what? He like, man. He was like, we got a jack, we got a cell phone, bro. Like, what? He was like, for real, we got one. He was like, matter of fact, look, here. He was like, you can use it. Which one of you or AJ want to use it first on sale, bro? He was like, you can go use it. One of y'all can use it. I grab it, boom, tuck that junk. I'm going to go use it. Went upstairs, called my mama, called my girl, called everybody. Call everybody, man. I ain't even gonna lie, I got that phone in my hand. I felt like I had, it felt like I had power. It felt like I was holding a block of gold. It just felt like power, like my arm was glowing when I was using that joint. A cell phone? Are you serious? This is my first phone. This is 2005 or some shit like that, 6. You know what I mean? So, boom, they used to let us use it. They rotated it, let Hot Rod and Lil Rick do the 30-minute cell break. It used to be 30-minute cell break is when you come out in the pod. When it's pod wreck, you come out in the pod. In 30 minutes, they're going to do a cell break. You will stand by your door. They'll let your door in. Whatever door, whoever's standing by their door trying to get in, yo, let me in. They'll open you up and close it right behind you. It'll open back up in another 30 minutes. So that's what cell break was. So he rotated the junk like that between all us. Everybody got a chance and shit. You know what I mean? Me, I wasn't really like on no complaining shit about it because, you know, at the end of the day, it came in handy when you needed to take care of something. So when you really had to take care of something, that's when that came in handy. So Hot Rod and Lil Rick kind of ain't really feeling. They ain't even really feeling how dude kind of like letting us go for 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there. And that's like that because I know for a fact when Hot Rod don't got that junk, they call they old girls and got in contact with people. Like, that shit is fun. So like, nigga, you know, they feeling some type of way. Like, damn, niggas ain't even, why they letting us hold it for 30 minutes? These niggas, they fuck with us every day. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't register me yet. It didn't register me yet why he was doing this. So one day it was just me and AJ, you know what I mean? You know, me and AJ be down on top of shit. That's why he was my dog, man. It's crazy. But, you know, we used to be down on top of shit. So we caught him by himself one day. We like, yo, bro, like, why you got down? Why you be letting us just get 30 minutes and, you know what I mean? Shit like that. Why is it like that, bro? You know what I mean? He was like, man, shit, what you mean? Jay-Z was like, shit, what you mean? He like, goddamn, like, I'm already sharing phones with my roommate. We both got girls. He was like, goddamn, then y'all gotta use it. You know what I mean? He was like, man, shit, that shit take up a lot of time, bro. He was like, man, at the end of the day, nigga better goddamn get their own shit. We got a roller. You know what I mean? A roller is a police. That's what they call a police. If you got a police that's bringing it in, they call it a roller. He was like, man, we got a roller. Y'all bullshitting, man. He was like, man, shit. He was like, goddamn, what I gotta tell y'all? So he still didn't say what he was saying. He was like, I was sitting there like, oh, then it hit me. I'm like, oh, shit. Lockdown time. Me and AJ go in the room. I'm like, yo, bro, did he hint that we can get our own phone? He was like, I think he did, man. You know what I mean? He was like, matter of fact, he did. I was like, no, that's what he was saying. I was like, let's get one. Fuck it. Let's make it happen. He was like, man, fuck it. He was like, see, we can get the money. I'm gonna get my brother to buy it. Boom. Long story short, we put the play together. We holler at them like, yo, look, We trying to get a jack. We told Hot Rod and Lil Rick to play. Y'all better look. Y'all better get a jack. But I guess because they thinking now they got a jack and we got a jack, like they straight. So we was still on top of it, regardless how they was thinking. We go to bro, let them know we got to play. What's good? They go like, all right, look, just get it over the Newport News like usual. Get it to my girl. My girl gonna make sure everything's shake. You know what I mean? He was like, just pay for it to come in. Bet we gonna pay the $500 down right. We paid to get a phone. We paid the $500. Next thing you know, y'all. It was night shift. All I remember was this. Jay-Z was like, hey, CO. Hey, look, I left my bowl in his cell. Let me get in here right quick. It's lockdown time. It's dark. The lights is out. The CO, bloop. CO popped that door. That nigga was like, phew. That nigga handed me that jump. I was like, he closed the door. I was like, yo, AJ jumped off the bed. I was on the bottom. AJ was on the top. Goddamn. He jumped off the bed. I unwrapped it. I was like, oh, shit. We had us a white and black Motorola cell phone, y'all. We was in the game, man. My first cell phone, man. Y'all like, share, and subscribe, man. If y'all feeling this content, like, share, and subscribe, man. We got a cell phone in that jank. This is my first chat, y'all. You know it's on now, man. Like, share, and subscribe, man. Part 2 coming soon. Y'all know what it is, man.